on the inside, Steiner and Windsor on the outside, alongside Ms. Anna Lynn. There does not seem to be any communication or camaraderie between Steiner and Windsor. They're just simply waiting their turn for the match to start.
Like I said, it's a tag team of circumstance, and just so that we have ourselves covered here, I'm just going to do this quickly, so please bear with me. All of Scott Steiner's matches are competed under Scott Steiner's rules. Anything he says or does is not of any inconvenience for us. It is strictly because he wants to, and if you've got a problem with it, you go deal with him.
All right. Disclaimer made.
Extremely made. This can get violent very, very quickly, and no offense, Damon Windsor, but please be on your toes, because I don't think you want to be on the receiving end of a Scott Steiner butt whooping.
I'm sure that neither of the Von Erichs do either, including Marshall Von Erich, who was recently on the receiving end of a fireball from Al Farrak. He has recovered from that. Thankfully, that was only a superficial wound.
You know what I was thinking actually just recently about that, by the way? Blinded by the light.
Not only is that offensive, but now we're probably going to have to pay copyright for that. Thanks, Travis.
No, that's why I dropped the octave. We're perfectly fine.
Okay. The referee checking out both teams here to make sure that everybody is perfectly legal, apparently. And we're going to go over to check on Steiner, and then we will. Windsor reluctant to.
Steiner has not looked at Windsor one time in this entire minute that they have been here.
Steiner is going to allow Damon Windsor to start the match.
Exactly.
Benevolent of him.
Exactly. Allow.
And here we go. Bell sounds. We are underway. Tag team action here. And normally you would say that the team with the most experience, an experienced member, would be the natural favorite. That would be Scott Steiner. But again, never having tagged with Damon Windsor, you can't really give the experience together, to factor that together for them. And so the Von Erichs probably favored here, although again, the random factor of Steiner and the type of matches that are allowed here in World Class might put, again, the favoritism over to his team. We just gotta wait and see how this pays out, as Windsor with a sharp blow right to the midsection, but Ross Von Erich returns, kick to the midsection and a strike to the head. Nice Irish whip here. Windsor coming off the ropes. Drop kick by Ross Von Erich, and a tag. Here comes Brother Marshall.
Well, let's go ahead, and I want to put something out here. Two caveats to that you were bringing up earlier, as we see double team Irish whip with a beautiful drop kick there.
Another one's almost like a competition here. Who has the better one? I've noticed that both the Von Erichs like to execute the drop kicks throughout the duration of these matches. It's definitely one of their signature moves, and it's almost like it's a bit of a rivalry, a natural sibling rivalry. Who can do it better?
Absolutely, but as I was saying, there's two caveats with what you were stating earlier. Yes, you've got the random factor of Damon Windsor and Scott Steiner being a team. For two things, though, this is technically River City Wrestling, so we are on their turf at the moment. So while we represent World Class, this could be contested under River City rules. That may negate Scott Steiner's random rules as we see tandem tag team offense. But you want to say that the Von Erichs, as we see the double teams continue, referee, please do your job and get one of them out of there. As we see them go for a cover here. This, I want to bring to your attention, as I said, Steiner is a multiple-time tag team champion. Knowing he has not been a tag team champion with Damon Windsor, but to say that his experience is going unnoticed, I think does a disservice to the team of Windsor and Steiner.
Well, I'm not necessarily saying that the experience is going unnoticed, although I'm just saying that the cohesiveness of the team, which we've questioned since this match was announced, is the biggest factor in my mind. The Von Erichs have been regularly teaming. This is, to my knowledge, the first time Steiner and Windsor have been together. As here we go again, Ross down with the pinfall, but not even a one count, as Windsor quickly getting that shoulder up. And Damon Windsor is no stranger to tag team wrestling. He's been primarily a singles competitor for the duration of his time here in World Class, but prior to that, a very heavily established tag team competitor with a couple of different partners. Big charge into the corner there by Ross.
Nobody home, though, to answer that bell.
Of the way, and a big sidewalk slam, dropping Ross Von Erich on his back, and now it looks like the momentum has shifted as Windsor rams Ross in the corner, tags in a big bad booty daddy.
Yeah, get ready for some pain. And now we see Steiner taking over, and he's just throwing Von Erich into the corner there.
Steiner, I'm sure, envisioning many of his former partners, former opponents here, as he dishes out the violence onto Ross Von Erich. Of course, the Steiner brothers and the Von Erichs were never contemporaries when they were both at the peaks of their existence. But man, what a massive clash that would have been to see Marshall and Ross's father, Kevin, and their uncle, Kerry, take on Rick and Scott. Can you imagine what those matches would have been like?
Sure, I can imagine it, and it would simply be the Steiners dominating the Von Erichs. And I hate saying that because I am from Texas, obviously, and I would love to stay in the corner of the Von Erichs. But you're dealing with Rick Steiner and Scott Steiner, and we see, obviously, Scott Steiner still playing by his rules.
Oh, look out, big belly-to-belly suplex!
Lands it perfectly, and he's going to go right into the...
Well, he's not done. Scott Steiner not done right now. Doesn't even really want the pinfall to begin with, and that might not be the smartest move. Well, although I'm not questioning you, Scott. Please don't come up to the desk booth because I did not question you.
He's totally questioning you, Scott. I will make sure that you hear this later on, but as I was saying, you were bringing up a funny point. You think that maybe Steiner has maybe heard those whisperings before at some point, being like, what would happen if Rick and I would have taken on the Von Erich brothers? Maybe this is his way to show that even though he is the seasoned veteran here, that he can still take out the Von Erichs. He doesn't need to have a tag team partner. This is kind of showing what could have happened if they had been a unit in their prime, as you mentioned earlier.
And Scott Steiner again dropping an elbow, going into a pinfall attempt, but then breaking it himself. And now, with the referee distracted, some double team maneuvers. Damon Windsor in, and look at that, faking the tag.
Please do me a favor. Please go tell the referee that they faked the tag. I want you to go up there right now and tell him that Scott Steiner did not tag him in. Please do that.
I really prefer to keep a...
No, you want to play by the rules.
As much as I can.
You want to play by the rules, don't you? Then why don't you go do the admirable thing? That is what you're wanting to do.
My job is to be in this seat, sir, just like yours is as well. And Damon Windsor believes his job right now is to stand on the throat of Ross Von Erich while Anna Lynn looks on in glee.
Are you going to start blaming Anna Lynn for things again?
I'm not blaming Anna Lynn for anything. I'm just noticing that she's very, very ecstatic at the fact that her team, and I guess they're now really functioning almost like a team, are on the dominant position. Steiner with an Irish whip. Big bear hug now on Ross Von Erich.
Well, just because you don't have tag team tandem offense does not mean that you can't be an effective team, as we are seeing a prime example of right now with Steiner and Windsor.
Steiner. Oh, belly! Wow, overhead belly to belly, almost dropping Ross down straight on his head. That can be a crippling move. And Steiner making sure that Marshall is not... Yeah, Marshall's losing his temper.
Yeah, you need to watch your temper there because, quite frankly, your temper does not even range on the Scott Steiner level.
And more importantly, he's not helping his brother because every time he steps in the ring illegally in that manner, the referee has to go and move him out. That allows for Steiner and Windsor to take advantage of that situation. Tag, and here comes Windsor back in.
That was a legal tag that time.
There's no question in that regard.
Still surprised that you didn't go and tell the referee that?
No, I'm very comfortable in my seat, thank you. Damon Windsor positioning Ross in the corner, now going to Irish whip into the other corner, all the way across the ring. Windsor going to perhaps charge in here, builds up the momentum and runs straight into a boot by Ross. Ross having to fight his way out, big, almost the Yakuza kick out of the corner, but Ross with the knee.
Yeah, it looks like he may have done damage to himself.
So close to his partner, his brother there, but the injury there, the referee may need to check on that because this could be an injury that could stop the match.
Well, if we're still assuming that this is competed, if this is competed under Steiner rules, injury means nothing, but in comes Marshall like a house of fire.
And this is going to mean something to Damon Windsor as Marshall Von Erich ready to take out every bit of frustration over the past few minutes.
Nothing from the kick.
Windsor not even registering it and barely registering it. The Von Erichs certainly not accustomed to dealing with people on the level of Damon Windsor and Scott Steiner as their offensive maneuvers not really having the effect they're accustomed to.
Oh, there it is.
Punch
okay. I don't know how smart that was, Marshall, but I mean, I guess we'll see. If it turns out in your favor, then props to you, but I still don't know about that.
Well, Steiner is down. He's not recovered up yet. Big cannonball into the corner by Marshall. And I think Marshall is simply waiting. There's the signal. Can he put Windsor down? He locks in the claw bomb.
Oh, wait, there's Steiner
from behind.
What'd I tell you?
And here comes Ross in. Ross going to dispose of Steiner.
I'm surprised that he was even able to do that, quite frankly.
And now Windsor going to go. He's going to try to execute the choke slam. Nope. Ross with the claw again. Ross with the iron claw. Marshall with the iron claw. And Marshall going to put Windsor down on his back. Referee in for the count. And we got a 3 count. The Von Erich supreme again. Well, the third-generation superstars with a hard-fought victory, perhaps one of the toughest of their entire career.